I'm David Grossman. You're watching Keeping It Real. I'm here with Gary Nuska from ICIWorld.net, and we're actually about to take a look at the ICIWorld.ca interface here on the computer. Do you want to step us through a couple of permutations or
permutations and combinations?
Okay.
Here you go. Yeah, and by the way, I want to thank you, David, for inviting me to speak to the real estate industry and to all the public who watches this from time to time. What's happening is that it's very expensive to be on regular TV, but you're bringing television to the fore. The interesting thing is, I ask in our class sometimes, if you had to give up your television or you had to give up the internet, which one would you give up? Well, everyone gives up their TV and stays with the internet.
Right.
But under everybody's breath is, well, we can watch TV on the internet, which is exactly what you're doing, pioneering the way for not just our industry, but for some others. So you should be congratulated for bringing that technology with the people that you have.
Thank you very much for the compliment.
The ICIWorld.ca site, you can bring it up on your iPads, on your iPhones, on your Androids and Blackberries, and it brings information to your fingertips. And actually, we're at the ICIWorld.ca site now, and if I just bring it up a little bit on the page, you'll see that Canada's on the screen. So no matter which province you see there, you can click on the province that interests you. And you should read the testimonials too. I'm not going to show them now, but make sure you read them and see all the deals going on. It's very, very inspiring because no one else will tell you about them except when you see them here. When you click on Ontario, you'll see that there's a button right at the top, Search Ontario, and there's usually a few announcements of upcoming events, that kind of things, of interest to both the public and to licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. When you get to this page, you'll notice up here you can search the haves and wants if you wish. There's keyword searching, which I'll go into in a minute. You can search by region, you can search by city, and you can actually search the latest listings first. Now, when I click on latest listings first, you're going to see the information come up almost within a second and a half. That's because of our new server online. We built it. It's a dedicated server for the world, and it's coming up really quickly, which is something I've always wanted to be quicker than even 2 to 5 seconds and even 10 seconds, because sometimes you can lose people by then, believe it or not. And you'll see the listings coming in. There's about 50 to 150 new listings coming in every single day. And if you click on any one of these listings and go into it, you'll get more information, including the contact names and numbers of who you can call on this particular listing. Let's go back out of here and go for another choice. Another choice could be searching by city. And if you search by city, you'll see all the different cities come up. And if someone's interested in maybe Mississauga, for instance, you click on it and bingo, it comes up. And there's the latest listings coming for sale. And you'll see banquet halls and dollar stores, businesses, churches, all kinds of things are actually for sale. Plus there's buyers that are looking for all of this stuff as well. And then if we go right back again, back to the top of the page, over here you're going to see something special called keyword searching, where the whole industry is broken down by keywords. So if somebody's looking for a restaurant, either to buy or to sell, you click on restaurants, and I just clicked on it, and again, literally within a second, you've got all the industry at your fingertips. I don't know anything faster in the world than that.
Pretty awesome tool
for our industry. The other thing is, if you click on any one of these listings again, you'll see that there's an Esso gas station, and you can see it's near Waterloo, and you can see the price and some more details. You will not get the address.
Right. Okay.
And the reason for that is that some people will try to go around behind the broker's back and try to buy it direct. Well, if you want to have an information service that presents information industry-wide, the best people positioned to collect all this information are really the licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. So if they have one spot where they can put all their information and know to a certain extent that they'll be protected somewhat in their information, they're more likely to bring this information, which now becomes a big benefit to the public, where they can go to one site and find all this stuff that's not on real estate boards.
Right. I remember seeing on the website, it says somewhere, I saw content is king. And you encourage people to put lots of information.
Yes.
So is that what you're talking about? Just fill in lots of details?
Content is absolutely important. If you have content, now it's interesting you bring up the content, because this content can also be supplied to be provided by licensed real estate brokers from their own website.
Okay.
So we have special feeds that we've been doing for years, since back in the early 2000s, called IDX feeds in some case they call it, or DDF feeds they're calling it nowadays, where all this information can actually be presented on a broker's website in a way that triggers leads for them, and thereby providing
okay,
more
right.
services to more of the public to make it easier for them to find these things. And it's all about creating wealth for people, because 90% of the millionaires made it in real estate, didn't they?
They certainly did. And I've seen that on a few different real estate agents' website, and it's very impressive when you see that. Like, you know, wow, look at these properties available, and you want to call that real estate agent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what it's designed to do. So these keywords that you see there, if we don't have a keyword here, we have a suggestion tool down below. Just give us a suggestion. There's joint ventures. You can go in here, and there's just coming soon. And this is an interesting one, coming soon. In other words, you can actually search properties that are not on the market before they even hit the market.
Wow.
That's what an information service can do. And as licensed real estate brokers and salespeople learn to do this, you'll see more of this happening.
Wow. That's a very comprehensive system. You've been building this for years, I guess.
Yeah, we actually were the first on the internet in 1994.
Since 1994.
Yeah, and
so
it's, you know, it's interesting that it's really lately that things have really started to come to the fore, where these iPads, for instance, are really taking the cake. When you can have the information at your fingertips, this, I think, is really going to make a big difference. And you hear about Microsoft is coming out with their tools, and then other companies are coming out with their tools. The information is now at your fingertips. So whether you're in a social gathering or in a business environment or with someone, you can bring all the information up on the screen, and it's just great.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And so in addition to this amazing database, you provide training for real estate agents how to use the internet?
Yes. And one of the things we do, we bought the software called GoToMeeting software, which allows us to collaborate. The way you and I are talking right now, I do that with brokers all over the world, mostly in North America now. And we're able to talk to each other over the internet using a USB headset and microphone.
Okay.
And you can buy them at your local Walmart or Costco department store, and they're $25 to $35. And they allow you to speak almost with Bell Canada or AT&T quality type sound.
Right.
And we're talking through the internet, and we actually show them what to do on their computer, and we lead them step by step and keystroke by keystroke. And we find we only ever have to do it once, because once they know how to do this, we literally can teach them in some cases. By the time they start a cup of coffee and finish it, we can show them how to be entering information directly to the public, and the whole world can see it.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. So Gary, you are ahead of your time.
Yes.
You are, and it's an awesome tool. So if you haven't been using ICI World, I would encourage you to visit the website and use some of the tools, attend some of the training courses. A lot of information there. Gary, thank you so much for joining us today in the studio.
And thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. And thank you for watching today's episode of Keeping It Real. We had a good time. And we will be back next week, same time, Thursday, 2 p.m. Don't forget to watch us live. And we do want to hear from you. If you have comments or questions for any of our guests, send them over to me, and I'll be happy to share them with our guests. Have a great week.